Sup, gonna take a little look here inside the ARCA car factory and show why it's not always so easy with all the changes that have been going on lately with their designs. It's not really a one-size-fits-all, one little bundle of parts and decals fits all kind of deal trying to do these. This was just a couple of seasons ago. Haley drove this to a win at Talladega, and it's the old style body of car, which is Gen 4 for NASCAR. This was when I think they were still alternating back and forth. For a while, it was you would use the bulkier body for the super speedways and more of a late model style for the short tracks. Then they moved to the composite body, which is the NASCAR Gen 6 essentially. Theirs are slightly different, but these are the things that you use for the diecast on all the tracks except Daytona and Talladega. This was in that time frame, so it came way after these were originally being used. And unfortunately, there aren't very many diecasts made of that body style. This one is from Dale Jarrett at Mikey Waltrip Racing. I mean, especially for Toyota. Well, actually just for Toyota, because they came in right as they were phasing the Gen 4s out. So really, the vast majority of them are Michael Waltrip Racing cars. That was before Gibbs switched to Toyota, and right before they went to the Gen 5 car tomorrow. So there weren't a whole lot made. And the problem, if you're buying these to make, aside from being a little trickier to take apart, they come with chrome wheels, because that's what MWR did. Now, there was a couple here and there of the nationwide cars, but, I mean, you know, with black wheels. But they didn't make very many of them, like for Joey Logano, Kyle Busch. Those are really expensive to use if you ever find any. So we got to roll with these with the chrome wheels, which of course most cars do not. So what I had to do, because just coloring in the chrome doesn't really do enough, got to get something to use the little spray paint. So I cut a little hole, pin-eye hole in cardboard, and then when I'm back painting, just, you know, hold it over and color it in black. And but not the rubber of the wheels themselves, the tires. Paint on that will stay sticky. And in the past, I'd use a Sharpie to black out the, where is it? Over here. If I'm switching Goodyear to Hoosier or General, Sharpie it over. But the Sharpie, I don't know if you've ever really used one, it's not a complete blackout, and it'll seem to wear off a little bit. So I've been using a paint pen, which you have to just shake up a little bit and then dab, and then that works pretty good. It doesn't remain sticky. And then, of course, ARCA switched from Hoosiers to Generals, the red and white Generals for a little, and now they're to the all-white Generals, which took effect a year or two ago. So, another little hitch and everything. You got to make sure you're up to date on the tires. Now these, this car is essentially done. I just got to screw it all together. Red is right for these. All the other ones, these are all Venturinis, are going to have the white Generals. And this was, I think it was a Leilani Munter car that I took apart. So it actually came with the General tires on it, which is nice, because then you don't have to do the whole paint it out, decal it over, and all that. And for one brief year, you could use the full, you know, windshield set that came with it. But then this year, they switched from having ARCA on it to just big old Menards. So even though this originally said ARCA, which is nice, nope, had to go over that. But it did come with the Menards and General Tire spoiler on it, which is nice, because these are a real pain in the butt to make. Like this one came with it, so all I had to do was just put a little black there where there was the lime green of Leilani's car. These I had to do over in several pieces. So I'll have like the General tire on the back, a red over the top, and then my two yellow Menards on the back. And the same with the Eka's car here that's just about done. So it winds up being a lot of pieces, and that's not fun. And in addition to that, the windshields are not all the same. You can tell here, I haven't switched over. This is I think right after they started using the composite bodies. Like these are still going to be Hoosier tires once I get it on. Windshield here, the nameplate, what do you call these? Whatever, is relatively straight, whereas Hamlin's here, which is going to be Michael's self, is curved, so I have to have a curved ARCA and a straight ARCA. So it winds up being a lot of different pieces that I have to kind of keep swapping in and out. But other than that, they've kept the noses and everything else the same. Like, I know that obviously we're still a Gen 6 car and cup, but they have the different nose. They've just stayed with the original Gen 6 offer of the Camry for now, which is a relief for me. We'll see next year what happens when they start doing other K&N shenanigans. Yeah, just a little brief tour. All these are just about done. Obviously got to get, let me find this here. Gonna get that on the hood there pretty soon. And then that'll be just about wrapped up. I got to clean this up there. I don't know if you can see. That's yeah, it's not looking too good. But I'm pretty impressed. It's going to be nice to finally finish the process.